do my sellout then? Collector's edition. Yes.
Welcome back, everybody. So yes, we were just playing Persona 5. It looked like Birding Wheel, but no.
Very elaborate ruse.
Yes.
Well, but scams, because I've said.
Scams within scams.
Yeah.
Sellout.
Hashtag ad.
So yeah, I was just trying to while in this kind of terrible position, try and pump Joseph for information and failed badly. What does that look like?
Yes. So, how about you convinced me from taking your stuff at least temporarily, like the boat and stuff, because that would be something that might annoy you because you kind of annoyed me, but I won't show that. I'm like, my friend, I just told you. I don't know more than I need to because I don't like to get into trouble. Something you didn't manage to get yourself in. In what way? Whatever. It is not my job. I am just the one guy that talks to you and gets a nice fund for it. And don't tell me that that this is not a good thing, because, you know, I am turning around. I think this is the best outcome for you when I talk to you.
Apologies if I've overstepped. Despite how it may look, I again will not inquire where I should not. I shall.
That's entirely up to you. I just told you everything. If anything happens, it will not be on me. It's in your own interest.
I understand. So if it's all right with you, I'll be on my way.
Yeah. Then, which way did you want to go?
Well, I realized that I had been heading towards the university, but you know, perhaps
That's upriver, right?
Well, I guess it would be downriver, just slightly, or maybe it's just across the river. I don't know.
Didn't you have a boat, or did I misunderstand that?
Oh well, you ambushed me between Imre and the university.
Yeah, so just on the road.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, okay. Well then, just in case, I know this is not my orders. I'm sorry. I have to follow this. Could you leave all your stuff here with me, because it would be unfortunate if some kind of a compromising material for my client would be under that. For that case, just leave it with me. I will take care of it.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to demonstrate that I don't have any sort of compromising material upon me.
Okay. Let me be frank, for this second at least. I've been professional for the most part. Do you see those 10 skull heads there? What do you think should I tell them that when they don't get anything from this? Huh?
Well,
I want to keep my eyes where they are, and all other body parts too. So do you. What is the obvious outcome that will guarantee that?
Well, again, I've already handed over my coin purse. What else is it that and my
Any
clothes-
papers?
any papers? I'll like um, show. I guess I don't. I don't have pockets, but I'll demonstrate that I'm not hiding any uh, uh, hiding any papers without actually going into my pantaloons or whatnot, where I actually have the extra coins. So I don't know how that'll go.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's nothing of value, then sure. Then that will do, I guess. I will talk reason into them.
Yes,
Well,
perhaps uh, perhaps someone of more means will happen along soon, and they'll be satisfied with that.
yeah, as satisfied as they can be. I am sorry for the circumstances. It has been a pleasure to have someone to talk with more about, the situation.
Yes.
Anyways,
yes. It would be wonderful if I. Well, okay. It would be wonderful if I could say the same, but
yes,
considering
I
that I'm
understand.
leaving intact, perhaps it this whole thing went about as well as it could have.
Okay. Well then, I would say get on your way. We will do the same, and let tomorrow be a better day for you.
Thanks.
All right. I think we're heading off. My idea to make this story more interesting now would be that today might be the day that I run away with the money of the bandits.
Sure.
And I might run into Mathers again. Maybe my card is broken or something and I need help.
Sure. Let's see.
Perhaps run into Marigold.
Yeah, so I was thinking something like that. Either Marigold or Mathers and Marigold. I mean, it might just be that you show up somewhere where they both are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could just be that we're like meeting up to talk about what's been happening. Like, how's your investigation going?
Yeah, something like that, and that that in that process you are maybe you are somewhere in a more fancy establishment this time. Something where Quentin feels more at home. And
I think
and then as what is he called again? Joseph, yes.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Jonas, no. John, no. Jojo?
J.
Yes. Jojo is actually what my friends call me, so.
I see. I'll call you Jojo then. So, Jojo, you might be, trying to get away from the bandits and just like duck into this fancy establishment. Because obviously they would never enter that. They don't have the class. Like they'd be kicked out the moment they tried to enter it.
Mm-hmm.
So something along those lines, and then you use Mathers and Quentin as a cover, like, hey, nice to meet you here. Something.
I have an idea what I would do in this situation. I have an idea what I.
Okay, cool. So we are in a reasonably fancy establishment in the university town. Not the Golden Pony, of course, because Mathers is not welcome there, but something else reasonably nice. I believe you are also a my lord, right, Mathers?
I am.
So you are quite noble amongst nobility.
Well, I actually let me double check on that.
I mean, you don't just have mark of privilege. You also have your lordship or whatever it is. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We haven't really seen that side of Mathers, but he's kind of noble.
Yeah,
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I mean he's I guess he is like technically the lord of this like fallen house.
Could be worse.
One sec. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. So,
but it was good news.
Nice.
So if Quentin did some like heraldry digging to find out who is this person that I've hired to do this thing, is this something that he would find out? Yeah.
That information is not particularly concealed. It's it's out there to be known.
So is Mathers your first name or your last name?
That is the question.
Yeah.
Lord Mathers?
I think last.
Okay. Are you willing to share a first name?
I guess
you have one in mind?
I should come up with I mean I like just Mathers by itself so much that
maybe you're one of those people with this first name that's so horrible that they just refuse to acknowledge its existence.
Yeah, but I think this
like it's somewhere on a form somewhere that you had to fill in to get into university, but you refuse to tell it to anybody other than that.
Like Hayward.
Eustachius.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm all. So like Rodrigo came to mind, but Hayward's better. Let's go with Hayward for now. But I reserve the right to change it.
Yeah, fair. So that's definitely something like Quentin would open with. So, Lord Hayward, you didn't quite tell me who you were last time.
Well, I assumed you already knew. You came to me, correct?
Well, I was put in touch with you with what I assumed would be someone more of your stature. But the person I was mistaken. It's the blood that runs in your veins might be a bit nobler than one might think at a glance.
Oh, yes. Well,
I suppose you have a reason for, he sort of looks down at your clothes, disguising yourself as such.
Well, if you know my, if you're aware of my bloodline, then.
Oh, please indulge me.
Then you may have heard the word about town that my house isn't quite what it once was, but blood will out and all that.
Unfortunate tale. Yep, so there's a reason that the two of us were brought together. We can help each other out in difficult times.
Well, of course. the small bit of funds that were seeded towards looking into matters for you will, of course, go towards that. But if in the future you find yourself, we may find ourselves in a situation where where perhaps the favor I'm doing for you may reflect well upon my house. That would be wonderful.
Indeed. I'm sure we'll be able to help each other. Now, about this investigation. And maybe this is when Yusuf just bursts in through the door.
Yeah. Joseph, make your grand entry. What does it look like? Actually, I want to see how much money you got away with.
Oh, I mean, I plan when I get into the group that I have enough cash to get about 50 points of resources, so that I can buy all the stuff that I made on my character sheet. So it might be not that much right now, but together with all the stuff he's already hidden away, might be a lot. So I guess 3 or 4 times cash, maybe something like that.
No, I want you to roll the dice to see how much you get.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. 1d6, right?
No. You're rolling whatever you do. If you're sneaking off with it, if you're talking your way out of it, like I want you to do whatever Joseph Jones does to
I think
hoodwink these bandits.
Either stealthy or falsehood, and I like falsehood, so let's roll that.
Makes sense with these guys as well. They're not particularly smart. Let's say their will is 3.
Okay. I might fork in stealthy and persuasion, if that works.
I didn't see stealthy, but I do see persuasion.
What about inconspicuous?
Yeah, I can see that. That you just pretend to be a thug going about your daily business.
Okay, so 2 additional ones.
Yeah. And if you succeed, let's see. If you succeed, you get away with 1 cash die.
Okay.
If you succeed by 3 or more, you get away with 2 cash die.
Okay, that didn't go too well.
You still got a cash die. That's nice.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I will make my entrance gloriously.
You also have, of course, the stuff that you got from others. The coin bag that he gave off. So
yeah,
you can always offer to give him that back.
That's what I have my plan already. Everything's
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
So when I see them, and we see each other, I have like this idea coming up. Hello, my dear Jeshbert. I'm very glad that we could meet at a better occasion than last time.
Do you know this man?
Well, we do go back a little bit.
Oh, I see. He's one of your friends.
So, let me just tell you.
You know, from work.
Yeah, I was actually wanted to talk about work. My old work, it's kind of did not stick with me after all. I know I'm looking for greener grasses again. So I'm changing my business. How about we forget some of the old problems? Put the money on the table, and then we can benefit from each other. Yes.
Well, that depends. What do you know about the number 16?
I heard it's more than 15.
That is true.
Well,
how does
I'm
react
sure
on?
that bygones snatched can remain bygones. And I again, as I wouldn't want to speak out of turn or put words into your mouth, my friend, but perhaps you could inform Lord Quentin of your progress so far. What he
In
would
what
be?
regard?
Well, again, he was rather concerned about the disappearance of his parents, and if you have any very preliminary information on the subject, I'm sure that he'd appreciate it. I realize that the Lord Quentin, you must realize that the investigation is ongoing.
Of course.
So, what's the last name of your lordship?
I'm Lord Quentin of Hat Marigold, of course.
And you look like in his face, and he's like, "That's interesting. I see. Well, I wouldn't withhold anything from you, from your highness. I mean, he's obviously not really serious about all this highness stuff. But yeah, I had a client before, and he was quite concerned about particular letters and investigations regarding that, and it somehow went back to this guy, but I don't know the details.
Well, he seems an upstanding individual of knowledgeable birth.
I see. So he's probably just a victim of this as well.
Yeah, I think he's
gruesome. Yeah. Who would do such a thing?
Yeah, he looks at Mathers and shakes his head. People of our lot, we never get away from these troubles, can we? Always someone looking to take advantage of us. These casually throwing away a bunch of money.
Yeah, sadly, it is the way of the world.
Indeed.
Now then,
it seems that perhaps your he looks up at Joseph is like standing up by the table. Maybe you might be a very useful contact in this further investigation. You seem resourceful and certainly capable.
I thank you for your kindness. I might have burned some bridges when I was changing my occupation, but I will certainly do the best so we all can profit from this.
Very good, very good. I am a big fan of profit.
Me too.
Very good. Well, sit down. Let's have a drink and talk about this further.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so outside you hear some yelling like, hey, where did he go?
Scoundrels. Not sure why they left them into this part of town.
Oh, my friend Matters, was it right?
Yes.
I have to say, the people I was talking about last time, that were nearby, those abilities, or in some regards lack thereof, proved quite profitable to me now in the past, and I don't know if this relationship was mutually beneficial, so I would prefer to not make contact anytime soon with them. Is that something you could help me with? Huh?
Oh, I imagine so. I mean, it would just be awkward if you were to, have an inconvenient conversation with friends that have that you're no longer as close with as you were in the past.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
I'm very sorry, but they made just some mistakes that they should not do in this kind of business we were working with together. So even if I give them the right directions, well, sometimes you can't help them. Then they might blame the wrong people. Very sad.
Yes, indeed, unfortunate. So, again, did you have any did you have any preliminary information on that matter we were discussing on behalf of Lord Marigold? And Quentin, do you have any questions?
I look forward to hearing what this man has to say.
I see. Well, I have told you the majority of what I know already. I didn't meet anyone in particular before. There was only letters that I received, which is kind of unfortunate. I can't track them right now because,
Did
people.
those letters happen to look anything like this? You sort of slides one of them forward.
I'm looking at them from.
Your handiwork.
I'm thinking for a moment. I don't remember seeing any one of those letters. I've only. No, wait. Now that you mention it, something seems off. Something seems familiar, but I cannot tell why. I think it's time for a false road roll, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
It seems about right, yeah.
Okay.
My will is
Too bad I don't have any fate points right now. That will also come in handy. But yeah, might I fork anything in, like forgery or persuasion or inconspicuous? I like conspicuous for it does work. Yeah, crowds.
I mean, you could fork in forgery if you hold a story of like, yes, I remember this forger some time ago. And hold a story about some kind of famous forger that you heard about, whose work this might be. Of course, that would be really interesting because Lord Marigold thinks that Matters wrote them.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. Why not do that? That also would activate Glib if I needed it to. So, yeah, let's do that. Sure. So I have a modifier of 2. Alpha 0. And what is my obstacle?
4.
Give it to me. 4?
4. It's my will.
Okay, and what about Mather's will? How does it work?
I
mine
imagine
is-
that.
Mine's also
you-
4.
Oh, okay. Then it doesn't matter at all, even.
Okay. Well, then let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Well, you know.
Nice.
Wow, look at all those 6s. If
Yeah.
only you had fate.
Yeah, quite unfortunate.
That is wow. That is quite lucky.
Yeah.
Or unlucky. That's the situation. Yes.
That is crazy.
Well, I don't think I'm losing lip for this. I might need it in the next hour.
Maybe.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we believe you. A
So
forger,
far.
you say? Interesting.
So what is Mathers thinking right now? Now that
Are you saying these letters were faked? That it's not when he looks at Mathers? The product of this man's writing?
Well, did you see him writing? Does he have any references?
Well,
Do I have any references?
You
I
did
like reference writing. Oh, it's German. It's German. It's different. Sorry. Do you have any
Comparison.
samples?
samples to compare it with?
Well, you did insinuate you were the one writing them, Lord Hayward. Or was that a misunderstanding?
Well, indeed, I believe there has been a misunderstanding.
Interesting.
Let me see. I think what Joseph was it meant to say was was that there's there is a suspicious undertone to the nature of the letters. As I had mentioned before, I think that there may have been some matters concealed within them that I had on just a surface reacquaintance not realized, and I think that your father was probably alluding to a number of matters that I was
Look, did you write this or not?
oh, well, of course. But
I'm looking like for this moment, like really. What the fuck are you?
Would you like to make a falsehood test, madam?
I would love to make a falsehood test.
I mean, you don't have to include my will. I'm not believing you either way because I know them.
Yeah, that would be pretty tricky, huh?
No, wait, he did write this.
Did I forget? Did I imagine writing them?
Is the world an illusion?
None of this real.
Am I just another personality of his?
Yes. Clearly, one of us has made a minor mistake as to
One of us.
yes,
Minor mistake.
as to certain details, but it's minutia.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Anyway, I think if you wrote falsehood and you have like extremely high successes, I believe you that you think you wrote them.
Okay, so falsehood, I'm totally forking persuasion for sure. There oh, and and I'm gonna fork forgery, because I think I'll add in, and if you wish to compare handwriting, well, I mean, see, this is I'll write down. See, it does match exactly.
Okay, and
forging your own faked handwriting. That's like layers of deception right there.
Okay, let me give you a die towards falsehood now, because it's not in my interest that you fail in this with this lie. So I'm like, oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking
I
about
must
giving
have
you
been mistaken.
higher opt, because there's someone like, what? But I think, I'm just, I'm rolling with it. Sure.
Okay, here we go. What do you know? Finally, a success. And sure, I'll spend the fate to to see if I can make it more convincing still. Yes. So with a margin of 1.
Yeah, so I think Quentin just looks from one of you to the other, trying to piece this together. So you wrote the letters, but you're saying that something has been added to them afterwards, after you sent them?
Yes, precisely. Obviously that there has been a third party involved. No one at the table that is trying to I think obfuscate the matter of either your father's whereabouts or his business. And now that we have the valuable assistance of Joseph's valuable assistance, I think that we can perhaps narrow down who that might be.
I just
very well.
Perhaps we should.
Now that you've mentioned it, I see it too. There's a slight disturbance in there. That's what I said, that would be off. Now I see it. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
You guys are talking so much bullshit.
Yeah, very talented, I have to say.
These numbers are very different.
Yes. There's I once knew this will probably seem irrelevant, but I once knew this goat herd who was
that's irrelevant.
Who had a very difficult time just scraping by, scaping by even. Perhaps you know him, Joseph. He was inconvenient from time to time, but now perhaps would be the time to call upon him and make sure that he let's just say make sure that he never attempts such a devious scam such as this again, ever.
Well, I look you in the eye like, okay, what are you expecting me to say?
Okay.
So
Essentially,
No.
what I'm trying to say is that something that it would be sort of uninteresting in noble circles, like some goat herd, whatever, forget him.
Yeah.
But in our circles is like, Mathers is looking for a scapegoat who we can silence and but
I see, but you're not like, okay, you want me to say just roll along with this, like this is okay, you're sure about that?
Well, the thing is,
like my eyes like look, then I say yeah, that sounds reasonable.
I mean, it's unfortunate that the fellow has such violent tendencies. I mean, perhaps we can cause him to speak up and say and lead us on to his employers, but we'll have to be careful to make sure that it doesn't just devolve into a profitless fight. That would be a shame.
I don't like those.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you lost me about the goat herd. I'm sorry.
What okay. So I'm trying to further elucidate just to Joseph that this scapegoat that he should find should be one that is inclined to when confronted, just fight us rather than roll over and perhaps say something that would be inconvenient to our story.
Well, those gentlemen I talked to you about earlier.
Yes, I'm certain that one of them must know something.
Yes, that's why they were acting so weird. That it all makes sense now.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
those decisions they made. Why didn't I see it earlier?
Clearly, now we are on the right track.
I think Malus and Jules is gonna be a wonderful bromance.
Look forward to seeing this.
And also Kelsa in that regard, like, like, doesn't understand probably anything, being too naive and everything, and they're talking like, that's gonna be awesome.
So, I guess we should.
How about some wine?
Yes.
I can just imagine Quentin sitting there like, goat herd? What? I'm not following this anymore. What are these guys talking about? I mean, God, criminals.
Yeah, professionals.
Yes, another glass as a bracer before we set out, I think would be just the thing.
Indeed.
Would it now?
Yeah.
So, shall we jump to either trying to track down one of your old friends, or do we just assume that happens, or Asa, how would you like to proceed?
Well, since it's 10 o'clock, I think it makes most sense to assume that you find them, but see what happens afterwards, so that we still have some time left to do end of session stuff afterwards, because you guys are very good at doing spending a lot of time on very little things, which is amazing, by the way. It means to have to prepare, once every 3 sessions. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think that'd be nice. Like, just assume that you find them. I mean, it's not like they're very sneaky anyway.
Yeah, and I know their movement patterns. I've been with them.
Yeah, exactly. So I assume that you guys find them. I'll let you guys narrate like a little bit like what you did to set up the situation in your advantage, because they have a bunch more people, but you guys have a plan, obviously. So I wanna see like first actually I wanna see Mathers and Jojo talking.
Yes.
About like, what the fuck are you doing, dude, or whatever it is that it's gonna be, and tell me in that as well, like, what is your plan to deal with these guys, because there's a lot of them.
So yeah, once we have a chance to speak for a few moments privately, I'll fill in details. We want to find one of your old friends, not all of your old friends. We should. Since they're already pissed off, that should go pretty much the way we want. I mean, we essentially we do want to fight, but we want a situation where we've made progress. We're tracking down this vile criminal who is involved in the disappearance of Lord Marigold's father, and
we want to keep the situation going to milk the nobleman a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm feeling a little sorry for Kala, because first, on his first character, his girlfriend gets abducted, and then he makes a new character, and immediately he becomes part of some kind of scheme. Don't worry, Kala. We'll come up with some kind of empowerment for you.
I do always have tons of money, so there's that.
Well, there is that. You are
lots
rich.
of money.
It's ridiculous how rich you are. That is absolute bullshit. So there's definitely that.
So that's why we all love you.
Yes.
We love your company.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not say, oh, poor nobleman.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
It's a contradiction in terms, right?
Definitely, and you behave like a nobleman as well, right? I mean, I can totally see you calling upon that in the future and being like, "Hey, but I'm a nobleman, right? I should get advantages in this setting." So go ahead and call upon that at some point when talking to people who are in lower in rank than you are, of course.
So are we playing a bit more like? Are we playing a conversation now, or do we skip to the plan? Or
I wanna hear like the conversation between Mathers and
Jojo.
Mathers and Jojo, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm very curious to see what happens when these two meet.
Yeah. Okay.
How much do you tell each other about what you're scheming?
We didn't tell each other anything right now. We just roll along with each other's stories. So we just see there's a big opportunity here.
Yeah, they make a wonderful team. They just both improvise, and they're close enough in character to just roll with it.
So okay, but so we assume we are both alone and can talk.
Yeah, you're both alone.
Okay. So my first words are, so what the hell's going on? And why did you tell him that you wrote these letters? This is obviously not true.
Oh, well. He was, he tracked me down under the impression that I had written these letters, and it seemed preferable to happen to know something about the situation, so I could assist him for minor remuneration. and
And you have no idea what's going on.
well, that's more or less accurate.
I see.
And I realize once again that it would be untoward of me to inquire into a subject that you have been specifically instructed to make sure that information is not divulged. But I see no reason for your employer to not get what they want in terms of making sure we can, lead Lord Marigold and upon whatever path seems both convenient and lucrative.
I see.
But
So
clearly
we have started on the wrong terms. I see.
Yes,
I was thinking you were trying to investigate who sent these letters for Lord Marigold. This changes the situation completely. So,
well, that's
we can
that's
work
just
together.
The thing. That's just the thing. The fact that I was inveigled in this in the first place is of some concern. If it's at all possible, I would like to know who is pulling both of our strings again. For I don't want to dig in a way that would be. I would not want to dig in.
You don't want to take yourself a grave,
sort of a squared off 6 foot depth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like to know. I would like to make sure that we both have enough information such that we aren't disposed of as inconvenient later. Make sure that we, if we can't gain leverage, then we can at least have some chance of knowing when unfortunate things may be coming down the line for us.
So, when I said I hope tomorrow will be a better day for you, I think I was on the wrong track. Seems like if you get even more lucky tomorrow, then you will have rainbows coming out of your mouth. So let's just say I can't not share all the information right now with you because I don't know you long enough. But let's just keep on rolling with this a bit more. And I think I have just the people that we can make scapegoats of. And one in particular, now that I think about it.
Yes. One in particular would be better than people, plural. I mean...
Yeah. So, I thought about someone so stupid that he wouldn't know to talk back, but rather just randomly bullet us. Is that preferable?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's say.
Good. Let's just see all this like a great win, and because in the end we just got a great client and opportunity here, and the risk is not that big.
It occurs to me that it might be a good idea to have a a note prepared that we shall find upon the body of this former associate, that will lead in a direction that would be convenient.
If we knew somebody who could forge something like this.
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, it's your handwriting that is imitated, so you should probably write the note, right? I don't think that Lord Marigold will see the difference. Everything else will need a longer time to prepare.
Very well.
Let me talk about out of character what my idea is.
Okay.
Because it's awesome. I'm going to make sure that your letter is there and everything is falling into place, and we all will profit. And after that he can't go back because it would get himself into trouble. Then I'll tell him, hey, by the way, I made it. Cool, huh?
Okay.
That's the idea of what I was having right now. Like in that direction. Like, first off, I see that you can't betray me, and then we cool. Then I'll tell you everything. It's a bit troll, but it works out. What do you guys think about that?
Okay, I'm not 100% clear on
so
where you're going with it.
So in that moment when we find the guy with your letter, then
after everything is fixed.
Yeah, then you don't have any reason to tell Marigold that I would be the one that had written it, because then you would get yourself into trouble more probably than you would get me into trouble. So I'm waiting until that happens, and then I will tell you everything and be like, I'm sorry that I had to take these measurements, but I think now that we have our cards on the table and we all profited from it, we can be friends, right?
Sure, of course. That sounds very reasonable. I think I can agree to that course of action. So we need
yeah, so the plan is to lure one person somewhere, right?
But beforehand we need to forge a new note, but I'm not sure what it should say.
I don't really think you need to forge it, because
Just
it's your own handwriting.
Yeah, okay.
It's regarding what it says, I think you should just put in the letter 16 and we are good to go in some way.
I mean,
we can
just
write
make
a letter.
you could just make it something similar, like a similar letter, as if it was written, as if it was supposed to be sent between parents, and then just the fact that this guy had the letter would already implicate him.
Okay.
I imagine.
Yeah. So I do want to include in the letter. I mean, it should be more along the same lines, but it should make it look a little bit clearer that this is some sort of cipher that we'll be looking into for Lord Marigold, and that it may require other expertise that we can find for him.
Yeah. What about something like this? What I wrote in chat.
I think it would make sense for the note to be like an old letter, because the parents died like a year ago. Like it's something that this guy has to
then we have to forge actually.
Come into possession somehow. And like this is something that you like scribble the code on.
Yeah. So I think that it probably does still require a forgery roll, because it needs to look a year old at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I imagine that aging is easier than copying somebody's handwriting.
I
What
also
do you
can
guys
give you
think?
a
Is
bonus
this
die.
a
agree.
routine thing for a forgery, or is it this something you'd have to at least put some effort in?
I would almost say that this is an alchemy test for your test.
I think you can
And
do
you-
an alchemy
you,
test.
And you fork in forgery. Because it's like that,
Sure.
maybe like chemistry even.
I think both ways
Okay.
work. Probably. You can probably use either. But I can give you a bonus die for my forgery, right?
Yeah, you can help him with forging, and then he could do alchemy or chemistry. Like I can see that too.
Yeah, maybe get like a shot like of Mathers at the workshop, like, preparing this document to make it look old.
Okay. So, sure.
I can almost imagine that if you want to do like if you didn't want to do an exceptionally good job, that you'd be okay with Ob 1. Like
Okay.
that is what
Well-
Ob 1 alchemy tests are for. Like I've written down for Ob 2 an easy mixture. So at Ob 2 it already does something. And I can see that Ob 1 is just for gimmicks like this.
I mean, we could just make it graduated. I mean, just the better, better yourself is, the more believable it is.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay.
So for you need to do a minimum of 1 to, not make it look like somebody ruined a piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay, so that's alchemy with a helping die from Joseph.
Forgery.
I'll fork forgery myself and chemistry.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
I
Yeah,
hope I won't need
much.
Artha for this.
Is chemistry, by the way, a skill that is also in burning wheel? Or
No.
did oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So-
something we added to the
Okay.
setting. because it-
Okay, can I choose this myself? Because that sounds awesome. I want to have it.
Yeah, see, I think what we said like, when we started was that like if your life paths would give you access to chemistry, if you would want to spend like a general point on it. Like,
Yeah, you would have to spend a general point on it if it doesn't give you automatically access to chemistry, of course.
Yeah, and like if one of your life paths would give you alchemy, I think is what we said. Then you would also like. Have
Oh yeah, then
chemistry
you would
on that
also
list.
be able to get chemistry. I think
Yeah,
we said
yeah.
something like that because alchemy builds on chemistry.
Yeah, I got alchemy, so I think that shouldn't be a problem then.
Yeah, then you can just get it with your life path points.
Okay, then let me lower one point somewhere and get chemistry because chemistry is awesome.
Yeah, I think we just said that chemistry is rooted in perception. Sounds right.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
knowledge.
Perception
Not
makes sense.
perception and agility.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
that
wasn't
works too.
just perception, because then I'd have it at 3.
Yeah, perception and agility.
Okay. What do I lower? I think. But let me look in the character banner what I can lower. Stealthy or
You can just
falsehood.
write it. You can just write it down for later.
Yeah, we can think about this later.
I think I'm already done, so it's fine.
Okay. So yeah, like your thing to like to an expert, if like Quentin went to an expert and was like, is this really a year old? The expert could probably figure out that it's not a year old. But to the naked eye, for an untrained person, that like looks like it's a year old.
Yeah, and like Quentin has no particular reason to disbelieve you. So, like, all right, yeah, like you found this on the guy, sure,
Okay,
interesting.
so let's find that goat herd.
Yeah.
So do you invite Quentin as well, so that he can watch, so that you prove to him that you do this for him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
This
by the
is
way,
being staged for his benefit. Benefit.
I will talk to Mathers about that. I do not plan to kill someone. I do not plan on killing that guy. I think it's just enough to him admitting something and not knowing what he talks about, which he already doesn't because he's, well, what should I say about him?
Oh, this is a problem.
He's not very gifted.
Yeah. If
In
he's
either sense.
breathing, then he's going to talk eventually, and there's no way he could say the right thing.
I mean, you've put somebody in a coma before, right? Can't you do that again?
I don't think that's better, but I was more like this guy that I'm thinking about is
well, if he
talks, nobody will take him seriously.
Okay. Well, if he fights and then gets away, I suppose there's the risk of that loose end being problematic later, but anytime a body shows up in Imre, that can be problematic later as well.
Yes.
Maybe you can do something fancy with alchemy that, reduces his already existing intelligence.
How about we pay someone to stage it, and he then just gets away? How about that?
I mean, you can probably get away with spending those 40 talents and just being like, here, fix this for me. And then I'll tell you, sure,
What?
it's fixed.
What?
Congratulations.
That's a terrible idea.
I mean, it's a possibility. Money buys you things.
We need we could just use an actor.
You
and
can
I don't
hire
think
Levi.
Problem is, I don't think he's here. But yeah, we can.
Oh no, he would be here because this is still before you guys leave for the thing.
Yeah, this is like
I don't think Levi would take that job though.
Yeah, I can see why he would.
Yeah. Not really in his best interests.
No.
But we can just use a random actor that needs a bit of cash. Like, probably they would do anything for you if we give them
as
a
a
talent.
scapegoat, you mean?
Yeah.
You could do that.
Again, an actor may fall flat. I think we, you have enemies. Let's call upon one of them and. Well, okay, if you don't want this person to be tied to you in any way, we can find somebody else.
I mean, let's just say those people that I'm not on good terms with, they are outlaws anyway. Who will leave them?
Well, possibly Marigold.
When a nobleman like you tells him that this is the guy, and he's obviously a skilled liar and he is not as stupid as he looks. And then I will be nearby and tell him the same.
Very well, very well. Let's not overthink this. Let's find your guy, and the plan will be to for him to merely be apprehended or to perhaps escape, but no bodies.
So, where do you meet him? Like somewhere where there's nobody else around to witness whatever you're going to do, or rather in a very crowded place?
Most definitely somewhere where nobody is there to witness anything or give any input to the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that this guy is the one that is always sent to do the annoying jobs. Like he he's always sent to go to the river to do like the laundry and to the town to get some like grocery runs and stuff like that. So you can like ambush him by the river or somewhere on the road when it's market day or something like that.
Okay.
So what is it? By the river when he's washing clothes or on his way to the market?
I think
by
when
the
he's
river.
washing clothes.
By the river.
Okay. Yeah. So he's down at the river, like washing like a bunch of clothes for these other bandits, and I presume you guys show yourself since you want him to react.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So he looks around with kind of an impish look on his face, and then he looks a little nonplussed for a moment, and then he looks at you, Jojo, and he's like,
before he talks, admit what you have done.
You see his face go angry, and he grabs like the closest by thing, which is the basket that he was like that laundry is in, and he runs at you with the basket ready to
wait. Before anything happens and any reaction is there, I will like admit what you have done.
Sure, yeah, you would have time for that. Like you first have the moment where he looks very nonplussed, so you can say something in that moment.
I just admit what you have done.
Yeah, it's like you. And he grabs the basket, which is not like a reasonable weapon at all. But he grabs the basket. This is a big guy, right? So he's still scary, even if his weapon is a basket. But he grabs the basket and he runs at you.
Yes, you blackguard.
So,
because that fits whether he was involved in this, mysterious thing that we're concocting, or whether he, merely was involved in stealing some pocket change from me.
Yeah. So that's probably the moment when you realize that Joseph might have some kind of sword that looked fancy or something, but that's the moment when you realize, wait, there is no sword there, it's just the hilt. It's a fancy hilt. And he's like taking the hilt and be like, okay, let's go.
Okay, so I guess this is going to be a brawl test then?
I've thought about more like using it as a sword.
Sure, you can do sword. He's going to do brawl against you because he's trying to whack you with a thing. So normally his brawl would be. This is something he's good at. What do you guys think? 5d6 or 66?
Oh,
Well,
this
6
is
is
gonna be a
really
problem.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. But he gets a -1 because he's trying to whack you with a
basket.
Also, I have a weapon in a sense. I've spent like points for that the sword hilt is at least on par with a normal sword from handling perspective, not from a damage, obviously, because it's a hilt.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it does blunt damage to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your obstacle is 1 to outmaneuver him.
Okay.
And I'll help with brawl.
You just stick out a leg.
Take him in
So, does it give me an extra die or not if he helps me?
Yeah, it gives you an extra die.
Okay. So, now that I think about it, why not use a persona point here? That sounds nice, right?
Knock yourself out.
Okay, one base
Get
obstacle.
knocked out.
Yes.
God damn it.
So he runs at you, and you kind of like you just step out of the way, and Madish sticks out his foot, and he like stumbles through steps and comes to a halt, and turns around, and he says, "No, he doesn't even say anything. He just goes after you again."
Okay.
So. Actually, no, you didn't roll multiple times for one thing, right? Like, do you guys want to make this a multi-exchange fight?
I mean,
Maybe
unless we're using the whole fight
yeah,
thing,
you guys are
then
right.
it should, we should just let it ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just let this one thing be one thing.
I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1, he hits his head on a stone and dies. On a 2 or a 3, he just falls down and is knocked unconscious. And is out of the fight in that sense. And in a 4, 5 of a 6, he falls over, but not very much happens, and he's like, "Why?" And it just gets all emotional. Okay, so he falls, hits his head, and he's unconscious. There's a little trickle of blood, but he seems to be breathing just fine.
Okay, I'm looking through his stuff and accidentally find a paper.
And I'll.
I signal Lord Marigold, like.
Yeah, and while you're looking through his stuff, I sort of stand between you and Marigold, and well, excellent. Now I think that we're finally going to make some solid progress. This.
Well,
this is exactly the guy we were looking for, and yada.
I mean, that's not untrue.
Well, finally. See what this man has in store for us. See what sort of secrets he keeps on his person.
How about we just like, oh my god, he's dead.
Well, no, he's unconscious, but
No, but we tell.
I think Lord Marigold can tell when somebody's breathing or not.
I mean, we could get okay, it's too late for that. We could have just gone to him and he's dead. I'm sorry, but we had this with it. No,
he's only mostly dead. Sure, he'll be fine soon enough.
Oh, I heard that the biggest thing why your lordships are greater than us usual folks is your special mercy that you hold in your heart that we would never have.
I'm sure you wouldn't. Now, did you find anything of particular note on this man? Found anything useful? Did you drag me out here into the forest?
We found one letter.
Very well then. Carry on. Motions you forward.
Do you have or do I have it? I think I have it, right?
Yeah, you searched the body.
You searched the body, and now the body has it. But
okay, then here.
Yeah,
I hope it is what you look for.
As do I. He unfolds it, reads it, thinks to himself, yeah, it looks about a year old.
that nice moment when you see like the thought bubble above his head. Yeah, looks about a year old.
Yeah, it looks about a year old. Now that you mention it, Brain.
Thank you, Brain. You're welcome.
So is Lord Marigold like? What do you think that now that you find this letter with the strange like cipher in it?
This thug. Well, I'm sure that this man who's lying on the ground in front of us is as much a victim in this as all of us, really.
That's
we've all been. These are nods at Mathers, but we've all had our nobility exploited for this strange scheme, with this plan, whatever it is that's going on here.
Yes, I've written the letters, but there's this strange like.
Very magnanimous of you.
Tampered with it. And I didn't think Lord Marigold actually ever got an answer as to what the letters were about.
I think he's made up his mind about what they are about, because some of them just happen to be true. Like there's one that mentions something very specific that obviously Joseph just made up, but it's actually a thing. Like, how
Awesome.
do they know about this?
Well, we can work on together like what it is that is true that he's referring to, like between sessions and turn it into a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure things would come up. Like, how did they know about the Daniel? Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, Lord Marigold just looks down at this guy on the ground and says, "Oh, no particular ire towards this man. It's clearly just a pawn in someone else's scheme."
Yes, that.
Someone else's. I wouldn't know whose scheme, of course, but somebody's scheme.
Somebody. I don't know who. Sure,
Well,
some vile individual would take advantage of a common man such as this.
What I could do is once he comes to, I'll follow him. Hopefully he'll inadvertently lead me to someone higher up in the scheme.
That'd be wise, I think. Seems our only venue in this so far.
I only hope that the situation doesn't become.
It might have been set up by someone else.
Possible. It's possible.
Maybe they'll give themselves away.
Yes. That would be fortunate.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Is
and hopefully this does
Lord...
not become any more hazardous. I mean, he was not well armed, but higher ups maybe. But we'll talk about any sort of compensation for dangers later on as they occur.
Is that Mathers what you told Lord Marigold you were doing when you went to find Katarina? Yes, there are trails that they lead to a tour. I have to follow them.
That would be awesome.
So back at home, like Lord Marigold is sitting waiting with how do you call that? Anticipation for the news about the death of his parents that was somewhere in a tour.
Yeah, actually, maybe that's our closing scene for tonight, because we're getting late on time.
Oh no, like we don't have to do that. Like we can just I was thinking that we would just go to end of session where. But just as a fun note that Lord Marigold had been sitting at the university all this time waiting for Mathers to return with the happy news of who is behind all of this.
Yeah, actually, I think I have a bit of a scene in mind. We see Lord Marigold in this investigation room that he's set up in the house. He's looking at things, and there's one new note that's been added. It's a tracing of the lineage of House Mathers. So how his family is interconnected, and there's a note around a certain Lord Hayward at the very bottom. It says, maybe this is a testimony from someone else. It's just Lord Hayward Mathers, dubious fellow, do not trust.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe it's raining outside. Maybe there's a thunderclap at that exact time. We just fade out.
Cool.
Okay. So, the question is it worth doing the whole end of session thing? Because
Maybe not the whole thing.
because there's not a lot of beliefs and such to fulfill. How about I just give you each like a set amount of something for this session, since not everybody had made beliefs, especially not beliefs that pertain to this session, and then we call it a day.
But yeah. I
Fine.
managed to fill some beliefs out during the game.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, I missed on most of them, but yeah. Let's
I'm
take a
fine
look.
with giving you guys. I don't know how much fate and persona do you guys earn roughly per session?
About 15 fate and 10 persona points.
I see.
Uh,
I mean,
well-
Lynn has been like sporadic. Is it on average maybe like 2% at 2 fate?
Yeah, I imagine that there wasn't a lot of persona, but I can give each of you. How about I give each of you 4 fate points? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
4 fate points. Woo.
Yes. Then you have something to play with, like next session, especially for the new characters.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's get scammed.
Yes. You should make that a belief get scam. I mean, it will be wonderful. It will happen by itself, and it will get you into trouble. I mean, it's wonderful.
Always get scammed.
Something like be gullible.
We need something that also includes Kelsa and all this mess in some way.
Always trust my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've proven themselves.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely.
They've proven themselves to be something over and over again.
They've proven themselves to be very consistent in what they're doing.
I agree that there was something.
Agree.
Okay.
Yes.
There is something, definitely.
There's definitely a thing. There's been a behavior.
Well, let me see. Shall we just Are we pretty much done here? Since
I guess we're kind of done.
Fast forwarding through.
Is Kelsa doing anything on the internet?
Yeah. I imagine she's.
There's a thing missing here.
Yeah. It feels kind of empty.
Yeah.
So I have an idea. How about we tell what she does not do on the internet?
That's going to be very quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Pretty daily. So, Dealer Umbra.
Yes.
Where can people find you on the internet? What have you been up to?
Fill the void for us.
Yeah, fill the void. I'm gonna fill the void by telling them that I haven't been doing as much as I'd like. School and life stuff has been getting in the way. But when I do things, they usually end up on twitch.tv/dealerumbra or on Twitter to some respect. But yeah, role-playing games, stuff like this. If you want to see me trying to GM some very noble adventurers and their adventures in dark fantasy land, we play Grimworld on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central European time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, I think. Now that now that the time zones have realigned themselves. And I have plans, but nothing concrete just yet. I need to make sure that I'm not overburdened. Make sure that I'm not overburdening myself. Very busy schedule coming up. But yeah, that's yours truly.
Cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Asa, thank you as always for running.
Oh, I didn't do a lot of running this time, but thank you guys for working something out with this chaotic stuff yourselves.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
And you guys actually gave
Yay,
me,
me!
you guys gave me
Us.
some interesting material. I need to talk to you, Kala, at some point about what ideas you had with the death of your parents, because I've got very interesting ideas.
And I have none. So
Perfect.
fire away.
Yeah, no, I have a really good idea that is very tragic and magnificent. That will go wonderfully towards developing Quentin, I think.
If you still have a hole in there that you want to fill, that doesn't have necessarily anything to do with it, but you can use it if you want. My dead mother, that might or might not have to do something with this.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about that. I didn't remember like what the thing was with your mother. You'll have to refresh me about it afterwards.
Yeah, sure. Just she's alive and I don't know about it, and
Right.
okay. Because she told my grandma to tell me that she's dead because revenge stuff, and yeah, because father is dead, and
dubious and underhanded things going on
Indeed.
that someday will be revealed.
Yeah. Scammed all the way down.
I'm gonna make some wonderful notes right now. It's beautiful. Okay. Yes.
So while you're making notes, Mark, do you have any shout outs or anything?
yes, buy this game. Buy this game. I want Atlas to have money to make more games.
But don't
Buy
stream
it. Do it. Okay, that was my shout out.
Okay. Shameless plug.
Don't stream past the first 30 hours whenever you get to the date that's the cutoff point. Atlas are a bit not up to date on the streaming abilities.
Oh, and Hasa, do you have any shout outs?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing today.
So thanks again, everybody. You can find me here on twitch.tv/RPGlory or archives on YouTube/C/RPGlory. I'll be back probably on Friday for Infopocalypse, which is political stuff, and then on Saturday, and for both of these, I should know the time, but it's kind of a little bit up in the air. But I'll be back on Saturday for Hacking Infinity, working on a Powered by the Apocalypse hack set in a post-singularity / transhumanist sci-fi setting. On Sunday, I'll actually be running a playtest of said hack, and that'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then we'll be back next week with more Burning Wind, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward on the A Turin storyline, but if not, we'll figure something out, and it'll be awesome. So, thanks again, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.